Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rahayu Wilujeng. I'm one of English Language Education Department students. I'm an undergraduate student from State Islamic University of Sunan Atal, Surabaya. In this occasion, I would like to present my paper under the title Use of Technology to Facilitate Students' Digital Literacy. Reflection from Pre-Service Teachers' Teaching Practices. This is the outline of today's presentation. We have background, research aimed, method, finding and discussion, conclusion. The first chapter is background of the study. Before going deeper, I would like to explain just a little bit about the key term that is included or involved in this paper. The first one is technology. Technology is a system created by humans that uses knowledge and also involved organization to develop or produce objects and techniques for the attainment of specific goals. The second is digital. Digital describes electronic technology that generates, stores, and processes data in two terms of two status, positive or non-positive. The third is digital literacy. Digital literacy is a concept where people can understand and use information from a variety of digital sources, such as computer, smartphone, and how to be connected with the internet. Technology nowadays has become a massive development in this era. Students and young adults use a variety of technologies at a very high level. As technology waves continue to be involved in every aspect of humans' daily life, many organizations struggle to evolve accordingly, and education is an exception. According to that, teachers have serious roles to facilitate students' knowledge about technology. When it comes to teaching students in the digital age, the need to rethink and reframe previously agreed upon notions. According to the Harmer, according to the Harmer 1897, there are several roles played by teachers inside the class: controller, prompter, participants, resource, and a tutor. So, as a teacher, inside the class, we can control our class and students, but at the same time, we can be participating with them. And it means we can be in the same level with our students. The second chapter is the research aims. The purpose of this study was to identify pre-service teachers' lesson plans to discover the use of technology to facilitate students' digital literacy. There are two research questions involved in this paper. The first one is how the English pre-service teachers at UIN Sunan Ampel Surabaya use the technology to facilitate students' digital literacy. The second is what are the types used by English pre-service teachers? What are the type of technology used by English pre-service teachers at UIN Sunan Ampel Surabaya to facilitate students' digital literacy? The third chapter is methodology. Who's the main person influence students to learn digital technology? I think most of people will say the family, because family is the smaller scope as for human, for students and for kids. But here, the main person that can influence students to learn digital technology is the teacher. Why? Because teachers has an obligation to teach students digital literacy, to teach students on how to use technology in a best way, in a good way, wisely and properly, just for teaching or educational purposes. Since the data collection of this research collected by interviewing 4 pre-service teachers and analyzed 30 lesson plans, this research used qualitative methodology. The first step taken by researchers is interview 4 English pre-service teachers, and then it is continued by collecting 30 designed lesson plans, and then it is continued by analyze the data, making the interview transcript from the interview session and making the interview analysis also. And then it is continued by cross-checking the data among lesson plans and the interview. It is just to make sure that the participants give the real and raw document, which is the result from the interview session, and the document isn't contradictive and it is related each other. The fourth section is finding and discussion. As I show in the slide, as everyone can see in the slide, that there are types of digital literacy. There are three types of digital literacy, digital technology here, sorry. There is social media, which is Telegram and WhatsApp. Telegram and WhatsApp here is a tools that used by teacher and students to communicate each other. Why? Because by using Telegram and WhatsApp, teacher and students might communicate easier rather than teacher and students have to meet each other person to person. And the third is LMS, Learning Management System. I think everyone here is familiar with Google Classroom. Google Classroom is a place where students and teacher can put everything there. Teacher can give students material and media for teaching at that time by Google Classroom, and students can also submit their tasks and assignments given by the teacher. The next is the discussions. I took one of the example from the interview session. Lulu here said that she can enhance students' digital literacy by asking them to operate Vocaro. Of course, it is not completely teachers' hands-free. Before they start, I teach them first how to operate the app. I also give an introduction of what is Vocaro and ask them how to send the link using this app. The result of this study shows that English pre-service teachers at UIN Sunan Ampel Surabaya are capable to facilitate students' digital literacy. Although the teacher believed that they have facilitated students' digital literacy and had used technology wisely for teaching purposes, some of the teachers did forget that the key of the successes of facilitating student digital literacy is where they can understand to operate the technology by themselves, not just following the instruction given from the teachers. However, the good point here is the pre-service teachers use technology in their classroom practice. The last one is conclusion. There are two conclusions that I have summarized here. The first is teachers' use of digital technology in ELT lesson planning by English pre-service teachers of UIN Sunan Ampel Surabaya to facilitate students' digital literacy skills as reflected in their lesson plan was generally well prepared and well organized. The second is there are some definite reasons for the use of digital technology in ELT lesson planning by English pre-service teachers to facilitate students' digital literacy. Beforehand, English pre-service teachers have already known how important they use digital technology within the classroom process, particularly in this situation. I think that's all that I can say. Thank you so much for giving attention to my presentation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.